Okay, I'm gonna start the interview right about now with the lovely Melissa Ritchie. So Mel, I'm adding you now. I'm gonna add you now to the interview. For the interview. Here we go.
Hi.
Hello.
What's up?
Yeah.
Hang on.
You alright?
Can
Can
you
you
see
see
me?
me? That's it.
Yeah.
My light's a bit.
You
It's a
have
bit
something on
blurry.
your face. What is that?
It's I think it's a shadow from my
Oh,
microphone.
gotcha.
Yeah, it's a shadow from my microphone. It's the shadow
Yeah.
and the lighting. My lighting. Can you see me better now?
You look like you have a black eye.
Only
Yes,
you
you
would
have.
say something like
Gosh, you got me dancing here. I was going like crazy. I'm like,
that.
keep going. I'm having a party at what time is it? Like 11:37
I bet.
a.m. And that's water. That's not vodka, just so you know.
Oh gosh. How you been? You been alright?
I'm good. I'm wonderful. I'm alive. How are you?
That's good. I'm fine, just we're still on lockdown here in London.
Yeah. Are you still on
Still on
lockdown?
lockdown. Still on lockdown, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but what can we do? We just have to just get on with it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah.
life.
Actually, everything opened back in here in LA, so we've had like a bad, rough year, and now it's starting to get better, but I don't know for how long.
Yeah,
God, I
yeah.
feel like you're just
Okay.
like fighting with
So
the
I'm moving the
shadow.
camera. I'm trying to bloody get the lighting right. The lighting's not. That's a bit better. I can see me better, bit better now. That's a little bit better, isn't it? Yes. It's my lighting's right for some reason, but yeah. So yeah, it's just this Corona thing. Just hoping for it to just go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to go.
Yeah, I
And
don't
yeah.
know what's gonna happen with the. I think they were counting on the vaccine, but I don't think
Mm,
that's gonna work. I don't know. I just want to stay positive,
mm,
but I don't know.
yeah. You look good. You look nice.
How long has it been? Like since last time we saw each other?
50 years.
No.
50 years.
50?
It's been a long
No way.
time.
No, 10. I think 10. Because I moved like in
10,
2012.
20. It must be about that. Wow.
10 years.
Wow.
Oh my God. This is hilarious. I'm like, what? 10 years? You look the same, by the way. You haven't changed.
Wow. You too. You two look the same. The
Well,
same.
you're
You know
lying.
what I mean? It's just good genes, man. Good genes. Good genes.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
why we
Just,
look.
it's just like living in LA and being happy and
Yes, I'm saying good life, you know what I mean? Yeah. Try
bullshit.
not to worry and stress. Don't worry and stress. You look, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I was actually nervous. I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, because technically, we haven't seen each other since 2011
Yeah.
when we did that video, that song together. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. I still got that song here. Actually, I'm gonna play that a bit later.
You are?
I'm gonna play that a little bit later. I've still got it. I've still got it here, so I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play that for a little bit later. Still. Still.
Oh my
So
god.
yeah, let's start the interview.
Okay.
So you're originally from France. What made you move from France to the UK?
When? I didn't
Yeah,
hear.
what you can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I
So
can.
I said you're originally from France, but
Yeah.
what made you move from France to the
Oh,
UK?
yeah, acting. So I started. Oh my gosh, where do I start? I mean, I'm like, I keep on talking about my life again, and like over and over in interviews, and so
Mm,
I did the ballet thing for a while,
mhm,
and then I had the accident. Then I got into the acting, and
mhm,
so I studied initially theater in Paris, and
mhm,
I don't know, I felt like it was too small. I was suffocating in Paris. I don't know what it was. I wanted something bigger, wider, and more multicultural. French cinema and theater is very French. So I think what made me move to London is several reasons, but the main one was that I wanted to have a wider scope on acting techniques and you know, whatever plays or films I would be doing in the future, giving myself more opportunities, you know. And so that's what made me move. And that was so abrupt because I literally, I remember like I was in Paris. I was in one of the top drama school over there called Les Cours Florent. I don't think you know this school, but it was a good one. And then I went back to Lyon to my mom. Hang on, it's getting dark. Can you see like I'm getting dark? It's weird. Hang on. What's going on?
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Oh, it's cut out. Can you hear me?
It's all dark. Yeah, it's like live on Instagram. Go figure. Can you see me?
I can see you. Can you see me?
It's getting all dark. It's like, ooh, spooky.
Wow.
And now we're doing a horror movie. The monster is coming. I don't know. I mean, there's shadows and everything.
Yeah, that white side shadows, I bet shadows.
Yeah, let me just figure out something is going crazy here. Let me just see what I can. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, as long as people can see.
Yes, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. So
you look good. You look good. You look good. I said you look good. Don't worry.
No, I mean, I thought like people couldn't see me because it went dark on my phone, but I don't know. I've never done a live Instagram.
Your first time? Okay.
Yeah, first time on live Instagram, so it's unusual. I'm navigating. I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah, so anyhow, just went to London for acting, and so yeah, I went to Mount View Academy of Dramatic Arts, where I studied for 3 years, and yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I like the Brits.
You like the Brits? The Brit school?
The British people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're nice.
So, another question now. Why did you decide to move from London to LA, Hollywood?
Well, gosh, why? I think if I remember, there were again several reasons, but the main one was work opportunity. The British film market is very specific, very British, and me not being British, not looking British. Again, I felt like there was so much good work and good plays, but the great opportunities, I couldn't get them there. So I felt a little bit pigeonholed or typecast in the UK. Yeah. So I got an opportunity and I was like, I'm out. and the weather also like motivated me. I'm like, I just want to go where the sun is and, you know, palm trees, sunshine.
I hear you.
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
So how long roughly have you been acting for?
So I graduated in 2005. Then I didn't act straight away. I was doing commercials, modeling, and then I ended up also doing like private investigation. It's one of the job I did. I know it's everybody. So private investigation, and I think I technically started in 2007 properly.
Okay. Tell us a bit about your tell us a bit about your private investigation. What?
Are we back to that one again? Oh my god!
Wow.
You know, I'm gonna stop saying I'm an actress. That's boring. I'm gonna just say to people, hey, you know, I'm Magnum PI, the female version. It seems more interesting to people. What do you want to know about it? Tell me. Ask me questions.
Yeah. What type of things did you have to investigate? Like cheating? What type of things?
Okay, so many things. I mean, I was doing it for 2 years. And so
Mm,
I did some, initially I was doing screening for people like
mm,
companies. Sometimes I would work for lawyers and insurance companies, and that was boring. And then
mm,
slowly we did missing people. So people who were missing, you know, like looking for
mm,
some missing, you know, relatives or whatever. And then
mm.
we did also, like I remember I had a case of adultery case when
Wow.
there was a guy thinking that his wife was cheating, and
Mhm.
yeah, so that one I didn't like it. I thought it was gonna be exciting, and I was like, I don't know, catching people cheating is not fun. You
I
know,
hear you.
it's like pretty messed up
Oh wow.
actually, and you just catch them, you're like, hey, hi, I destroyed a life. So, and because yeah, I mean, you're hoping and you're not going to catch them. I mean, that's not the, you know, the mental
Mhm.
state you should go into. But for me, I'm like, I hope she's not going to cheat. And well, we caught her, and I was like, damn,
Oh,
like now I have to announce it, and children were
oh, wow.
involved also. So you know, I didn't like that.
I,
Yeah. So,
oh,
and I did that for 2 years, on and off. You know, I would take some cases. Some cases were, you know, over several months. You know, like the missing
mhm,
people it was hard because, you know, just it's a lot of
mhm,
investigation. And we had
mhm.
flagging
Wow.
ones also. Like we had actually a case of an American woman who met a
Mhm.
guy on a Christian dating site, and she was in America. She was in America, and the guy was in Cambridge, apparently in
Mm,
Cambridge. And he said he was like
mm,
a doctor or something. And anyhow, everything was a red flag in this. Everything, you know, the typical kind of scam situation. And
mhm,
we found actually that wherever he was writing her from, I mean, he asked her for money to come and travel
mm,
for her, and I'm like, wait a second. I mean, this is like major red flag. But she was so
wow.
emotionally involved, she couldn't believe it. So she asked
Mm,
us to go to Cambridge to
mm,
that address he gave, and to see his name, and to see, and obviously we went, we knocked at the door of that house, and the guy was like, I don't know who that person is. It was
wow.
just so strange, and the IP address was from Nigeria. So
Oh wow.
I mean, and even
Wow.
then she was like, I don't believe it. I'm like, well, I don't know what else you want. We had all the proof, and you know, it's
Mhm,
crazy what you
mhm,
deal with. You know, sometimes in this job, you're like, it's obvious for
mhm,
you, but people are so emotionally involved. They don't want to hear the truth. You know, so
mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
But that
Yeah.
was fun. That we went to Cambridge. We went punting. Once we very quickly we found out that the guy was not living there. We had the proof. And then we were like, okay, let's make it a day. And we went to around those university, you know, like the
Mm,
big like school universities in Cambridge, and they had punting.
mm.
So we we ended up punting and just just having a little trip there. But yeah,
Wow, wow.
that was one.
You've got a lot.
Hmm?
You do a lot of things. You do a lot of things, girl. You do a lot of things. You do a lot of things. I didn't know that one. I didn't know that one. Yeah.
I know I don't talk about it because I mean now it's so far away, but back then I couldn't talk about it. Actually, technically, being a private
Mhm,
investigator is being undercover in a way. And
mhm,
why I was
mhm,
hired is because nobody would have suspected that I was a
mhm,
private
mhm.
investigator looking, you know, and it's so much easier when you're a girl to get the information you need
Yeah.
to get sometimes. You know, people are, oh,
Wow.
she's pretty, she's, you know, she's nice, and, you know, and if you're a
Mhm,
tough
mhm,
guy going, hey, do you know blah, blah, and they're like, oh, you know.
mhm.
So, yeah. So the point was I couldn't talk about it when I was doing it. Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. You had your first break in a movie called Stone Something Murder.
Say that again.
Yeah.
For Christ's sake, you're British. I'm the French girl here. Donor.
That's it. Sorry, yeah.
Oh my
Doing a
God, that's
folk for
funny.
murder. Doing a folk for murder.
Come on, rap it. Dawn a manifesto for murder. Love it. Yo, okay. Yes, I did.
Cool, cool, cool. So what was the experience like on that set, like
On that
working on
set.
that set?
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
the whole have you heard of Donor? The actual
Wanna.
he was an LAPD black
Mm-hmm.
American guy who went on a
Mm-hmm.
rampage back in 2013, I think. I don't know if you remember
Mm.
if in London you heard that story, but there was this guy who started killing people in the
Wow.
LAPDs. It was a revenge thing. Anyhow, I don't want to talk about, if people want to see the movie, they can go and watch it. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there was a $1 million on his head to try to catch him because he just went on rampage shooting people, and
Wow.
yeah, and it
Mm.
took a long time to catch him. He was on the run. He was very well prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, the movie, so the company was the production company. They very quickly wrote a movie about him. That was an independent movie, but we were the first
Mm-hmm.
people to make a story out of him. And
Mm.
it was interesting because I was a journalist, like a news reporter, and
Mm-hmm.
but the media back then in 2013 were portrayed as lying, and there was a lot of like conspiracy already, and that was 2013. Now we know that the media are a little bit like whatever, biased, but back then it was you would listen to them. And so the whoever wrote
Mm-hmm.
the script, I don't know the writer, but he basically portrayed the media really badly, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody was trying to get money out of that situation. And
Wow.
Dorner, the guy who was running away, established a relationship with one of the guys, the journalist, and he gave him a manifesto, and so it was like a bit of a thriller, um, yeah, media thriller, crime. My
Mm-hmm.
experience on set for this was very difficult because there was a lot of green screen, and
All right.
we worked mainly on green screen, which was a first to shoot a whole movie on green screen.
Mm.
Almost everything was,
Wow.
yeah. So we went in locations, and that was the choice of the director, Tim
Mm-hmm.
Piper. And I remember also having I had to talk a lot. Usually in films, you have less lines than in theater,
Mm-hmm.
but in this movie, I ended up having chunks because I was news reporting, and
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't have them on time, and so sometimes they would change things, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just have to get all that in, and yeah, the pressure, and that was like my big major thing. So I
Mm-hmm.
was a bit nervous. I wanted to do it to do something good, and yeah, so but that was good. It was a learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, so you've just landed a big role and you're
Mm.
gonna play somebody. You're gonna let us know, let the people know who you're going to play in this massive, this is like big, 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 big
Mm.
opportunity. So
Yeah.
are you gonna let us know? Let us know who you're about to play. Wow.
Um, shall we do the drum rolls? Oh.
I could do the drum.
Chris Jenner.
Chris Jenner.
Yeah,
Wow.
Chris Jenner, but
Amazing,
not
amazing.
the Chris Jenner now. Chris Jenner in the 90s. So the premises of the story, the movie, is happening. It's actually about O.J. Simpson. I don't know.
Hmm.
Do you know anything about O.J. Simpson?
A little bit, yeah. I
Yeah.
remember some of, yeah.
It was in the 90s, so like footballer, famous footballer, um,
Hmm.
ended up being convicted for the crime of for the murder of his wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, who was a
Hmm.
very gruesome, murder. and her and her partner then. I mean, that relationship, O.J. Simpson and Nicole Brown, was always like fiery. You know, they were a lot on the press, the tabloids, and everything. But yeah, this was major also because I think in the first time in the history of American justice system, we saw live a trial of a celebrity and someone famous, and we saw also car chase. So he was trying to run away, so helicopters, you know, like this famous car chase on the freeway, and it looked like a movie, a live movie, but that was reality, and that was unbelievable. And all those you know, lawyers around the case, Robert Shapiro, and so forth, you know, they became Robert Kardashian, Kim's Kardashian's father, was part of the actual justice team, you know, helping OJ, because he was a friend of OJ Simpson and Nicole Brown. Actually, the whole Kardashian family knew the OJ Simpson's family, you know, like they used to golf together, and so when all that happened, Robert Kardashian joined the team, and that's how he became famous, I guess, you know, because everything was mediatized. And that's how the Kardashian, in a way, got their first, you know, highlight in the media. And anyhow, yeah, when the murder happened, there was a lot of controversy because America was split into two camp, you know, two sides. So you have the people who thought he did it. Some people thought he got framed. And so conspiracy started to, you know, to get, you know, like everybody was thinking, okay, he did it, you know, he used to beat her up, and some people said, well, wait a second, it's because he's black, so because he's a black guy, so there was all these kind of controversial things around this trial, you know, and protest and, you know, disagreements. And so anyhow, to cut a story short, Joshua Newton, who's the writer and director of this movie, which happens to be called Nicole and OJ, met OJ Simpson, knows OJ, and got new information about the whole story, which is major. Because while OJ Simpson got, you know, people say he got away with the murder of his wife. Who knows? But he never got to jail, to prison because of that. But he did go to jail for other things later on. And he actually came out of jail in 2017. Now he lives in Vegas. He's in his 70s, so he's, you know, he's an older gentleman. But so Joshua Newton, the director, wrote a conspiracy thriller, satirical conspiracy thriller about the whole thing, when he's bringing new elements about this story. So he's kind of reopening the case in a smart way. And so it's going to be very controversial because a lot of people still think, I mean, there was like I think like 99% of Americans think he did it. To this day, they still think he did it. So that movie is going to be a bit of a, you know, like it's going to shake things up a little bit. And also, well, my character initially, Kris Jenner, had a very tiny part in the movie, and because of COVID and production, they actually stopped a third of the way, you know, filming because of COVID. The director he's in London right now. He's stuck in London, and he decided to develop the script even more. And when I mean, she was Jenner back then. In the 90s, she was already divorced from, you know, Robert Kardashian. And so they were still very much involved. She was best friend with Nicole Simpson, you know, so obviously they had a bond that lasted throughout the years, and even after the divorce with, you know, her husband. And so the character was very tiny initially, and he developed the character during COVID, and he said, I'm gonna make more scenes, and, you know, and then he reached out to me, and he said, initially I was not gonna even give you the role because, you know, it was almost like an extra, role. You know, she was just it was an appearance. But
Mm-hmm.
now that he wants to develop the character, he said, well, I think he will be amazing in this part.
Mm-hmm.
His son apparently saw me on his Facebook and said, this girl looks so much like
Kim.
Kris Jenner when she was younger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you know how I get a lot of Kim Kardashian. My whole
Yeah.
life has been following me a little bit. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I'd rather play the mom. She's a lot more interesting. She's the
Yeah.
momager, you know, like she's like edgy and you know
Mm-hmm.
more
But
business like. Yeah.
that is amazing. That is amazing, man.
Yeah.
That is really good. Yeah. It's gonna be big, 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 big. I'm so proud of you for that. That's gonna be big. That's gonna be massive.
Yeah.
Still.
I have to. The filming is gonna resume. I mean, if COVID allows, it's gonna resume in I think fall. He said. So there's
Mm-hmm.
still a lot of time till we start filming. And again, I mean, I haven't, but they've already, you know, filmed a third of the movie. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna work on the American accent, and you know, I have time, but
Yeah.
I need to get the facial expression and how she, you know, she's very.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she has that kind of like, and she's changed because we know her now in her 50s, 60s, whatever. I don't even know how old she is, but she's changed
Mm-hmm.
a lot. It's not the Kris Jenner I'm gonna play is not the Kris Jenner we know today. It's the Kris Jenner in the
Mm-hmm.
90s. And yeah, there
Mm-hmm.
might be like similarities, you know, but it's
Mm-hmm.
younger, different, you know. They weren't yet an empire, you know. The Kardashian didn't
Mm-hmm.
exist yet as a brand, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be different. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Mm.
So you've also been in you was also in Justice for All on
Mm-hmm.
METV.
I played a lawyer on this. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how did that come about? How did you get to be on that?
My agent. I went for the audition, just got the part, played the role, got out.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
Yeah, not much to say. It's TV, you know. I was a guest star, and yeah.
And you're also a producer, and you produce your own film, Le Funk, Le Funk.
I'm gonna wait and see if you can pronounce that one. Come on, Lady
Le
Marga
Fonte,
MC.
Le Fonte, Le Fonte, Le Fonte,
What?
Le Funk, Le Funk. Am I right?
Okay, spell that because I'm not even sure. It doesn't even sound any close to the what?
Le Font. There, you have to say it to me. You have to. Le
I
Font.
don't know what you're talking about. I mean, come on. Just what is the first letter of the movie? Give me the first letter.
L.
E-S? Le? It's like
Yeah.
going back to high school right now. Can you spell the title of my movie? Okay, so I think you were trying to say Les Bouffons, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say that
That's
again?
amazing.
Les Bouffons.
Le Bouffons.
You did it.
There we go. Le Bouffons.
Yeah,
Le
it's like,
Bouffons. I got it.
when
I
you
got it.
rap,
I got
you
it.
know, you just have to go Les Bouffons, yo, Les Bouffons. There's a rhythm to it. Les Bouffons.
Yeah.
So yes, I did that for the Producers Guild of America, and so that was a competition. So every year the PGA do a competition. It's a sort of, I think it's a 48-hour competition where you produce. So you have to write, film, edit, and send it by Sunday. So they give you like the guidelines by Friday 5 p.m. and by Sunday 5 p.m. you have to submit everything. And what was interesting about this competition is whoever was behind the judges. We had a starlight panel of judges. We had James Franco, Donald DeLine, Paula Wagner from Mission Impossible, like she's partner with Tom Cruise. So really good people. as judges,
Mm-hmm.
and every year the PGA do this competition in honor of a passed away producer. So the year when we did it was in honor of Laura Ziskin, who
Mm-hmm.
produced Pretty Woman, Spider-Man. You know, she bless. I mean, she just passed away from breast cancer. So, but she did amazing work and a lot of romantic comedy. So our year was basically a rom-com. We had to do a rom-com, and we had to set the film. Either the main scene had to be in a car or in a restaurant, because that's where she usually have her key scenes in her movies. Use 5 props, 3 out of the 5 props she usually uses in her movies. So we had like a necktie, bouquet of flower, if I remember well, the American flag. Anyway, so we had guidelines. It's not like you just do a movie and blind. You have to respect certain rules, and write it and film it and everything. But I have to tell you, like, we won the first prize, which was amazing, but we were the underdog.
Yeah, you won an award, didn't it? You won an award.
The award and the first prize. So the first prize was $75,000 worth of equipment, things. If you want to develop and do more things, it's really good. It's $75,000. It's money. And we had also mentorship, like the mentorship of a Oscar-winning producer, Darla Anderson, I think she was called. So it was good. It was good for new filmmakers who are trying to develop and see where you're at also, because you can within 48 hours know, you know, where you stand when it comes to creativity and etc. And we had to wear many hats because our team was only 5 people. We joined literally Thursday, last minute. We didn't have a team. We were like, hey, let's just experiment this weekend. Let's have fun, do something creative. So we literally had a cameraman, a lead actor, a lead actress, me, a director, and a producer who left after 2 hours because he just came, dropped the cameras, and left. So we were technically 4.
Wow.
4, a team of 4. Pretty small. And everything that could go wrong during that shoot went wrong. Massively wrong.
Wow.
Like we lost, I mean, the main actor had an event, so we lost him at 5 p.m. on Saturday. We started with the story. So I remember me and the director and me, director and me, we were like trying to write a script on Friday night, and we wrote a 10 pages bank robbery in Vegas. We just got, you know, we were like excited, we were writing, and we got caught up into our story. In the morning, the other guys come in and they're like, are you crazy guys? That's gonna take a month to film a bank robbery in Vegas. And I turned up like with my cowboy boots and, you know, Southern girl from America. I was just trying to be different, you know, to do something I haven't done before. And so by Saturday noon, we still didn't have a story. The whole 10 pages we wrote went down the drain because we couldn't film that. That was like more than 5 minutes anyway. And that was too complicated, you know, like we didn't have a crew. And even then that would have taken forever. So by noon, we were like, we were sitting down and brainstorming, going like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And one of the producers said, well, Melissa is French and Ryan is American. What about doing a blind date, French girl meets American guy? I lost it. I was like, I don't want to play French. For the first time in my life, I get an opportunity to do something different, and I'm yet again being typecast. So I was like, can we just make me, I don't know, Chinese, Thai, I don't know, whatever. I just want to do something fun. I don't want to play a French girl. And they were like, look, Melissa, we don't have time. Okay, we don't have a story. It's noon. We have to film. And I was so disappointed. So I remember I had to drive back to my place and change my clothes because I was not dressed for a first date. I was dressed for a bank robbery. I had my cowboy hat, my cowboy boots, my little shorts, you know. because I remember I
Yeah.
went back to dress for the first date, trying to pick up whatever I had
Mm-hmm.
in my closet, and then we started filming instantly. And then the filming was like someone
Mm-hmm.
hit me in the head. We didn't have time. We didn't have a script. We couldn't write a script, so we improv the whole thing. It's like, what if you're in the car, in the trunk of a car, and he opens the car and you tie it up? And I'm like, what? What are you trying to do to me right now? Anyway, no time to think. We went
Wow.
along. It was almost like a blur. And then somehow we got enough footage, but we still didn't have a story. We didn't know how we were going to tell the story. That was weird. That was almost like having like different piece of the puzzle, but not having the
Mm-hmm.
full image, because we didn't have time to think about the full image. We just had an idea, and that's it. So
Yeah.
by the end of filming, and when the other actor left, the director was, well, now we have to edit, but let's take a break. He took us to a Mexican restaurant, and him and
Mm-hmm.
the cameraman started drinking margarita. A lot of
Wow.
margarita. A lot. I don't drink much, so I was like, you know. So anyhow, they got super drunk. Now we
Wow.
went back editing, and the director was looking. I remember he was on his iMac. He almost went through the iMac, like his head was like, whoa, like that. And I'm like, this is a
Wow.
freaking nightmare. We have to submit the movie by 5 p.m. tomorrow. When you do things like that, you don't have time. You don't sleep. You use those 48 hours nonstop, you know, because editing is
Yeah.
the hardest part. So
Yeah.
I was like mad. I was like, you guys, what? After all this prep, we're not gonna make it. And the doctor was like, hey, let's go sleep. Tomorrow we'll start early. We'll figure it out. I was like, okay. So anyhow, next day we started editing, and then we realized, damn, the whole movie is half French. And the director was like, what do you say here? What do you say there? And then we had to put the subtitles, and we made it so complicated. And we submitted an hour late. We were late because too much going on. And we thought we didn't make the competition. We were like, okay, well, that was a weekend wasted, but whatever. So we still finished and sent it over just in case. But actually, no, hang on. I was mad. So I said to him, let's give up now. Let's just stop and, you know, release the pressure. And I remember Jason telling me, look, I always finish what I start. And he taught me a big lesson here. Because if he listened to me, we wouldn't have won. Because I was about to give up. I was so mad about the whole process that I was, you know, napping while he kept on going, you know. So that was a good lesson for me to learn, you know, always finish what you start. And you never know, miracles can happen. And indeed a miracle happened. And on Monday, the PGA say, hey, congrats guys, you're part of the competition. So when we heard that, we thought we won already, because for us just making the competition was already a big deal. And then a month later, we got another email, congratulations, you're part of the top 10. And we had a screening, I think it was at the AT&T downtown, like a big theater. And we got screened there, and we didn't think we were going to win. We said, okay, we made the top 10. We did well already, you know, and I was humbled by that. And absolutely nothing predicted that we were going to win, because I don't think the project, when it comes to productivity, had a high value productivity. It was just more the creativity that was interesting maybe in this project, because we had, you know, we did with what we had, and it was rough sometimes, you know, because the angles, the camera, but the story was simple and I think universal, and it captured really like two people trying to figure it out, and it was a huge story, you know, and they loved it. Go figure. Americans.
Wow, that's good. That's good. That's brilliant, man. That's brilliant. So you've also starred
It's okay
in
for a second.
Hmm?
Hang on, let me just plug my phone for a second, because I think my phone
Low battery.
yeah, I just oh shit. Hang on. You can talk, it's okay, I can hear you. I'm just plugging my phone.
All right. So you've also starred in movies such as The Beast Mode, and you've also been on a TV show,
Mhm.
Beverly Hills, Beverly Hills, Beverly Hills Paws,
Yeah.
Hollywood Highway,
Yeah.
Stephen Hawking. So
Yeah.
can you tell us a bit of that?
So which one do you want to start with? So
The
Beast
Beast
Mode?
Mode.
Okay. So Beast Mode is a horror film. Um, and I've never done a horror. So for me, I was
Mm,
excited till I was in the horror movie and I was like, this is crap. I mean, I knew what was going to happen to me, and I don't want to talk about the thing because people have to watch it, you know. But whoo,
mm,
filming a horror film is tough. Um, I mean, particularly my part, the days where we're shooting, it was raining in LA,
mm,
so we dealt with rain, me running away
mhm.
in the woods in the mud, getting drenched, and
Wow.
this with freaking sticky blood and like the fake blood they use and all these things, and I was like,
Mhm.
ugh. I was just like, the thing you have to do for movies sometimes. Yeah, so but it was so fun. The people were so lovely and nice. The team,
Mhm.
oh my gosh, I mean, I had the best filmmakers, like the DP. I'm still friends with him. He's on, we talk sometimes on Instagram, Matt,
Mhm.
and then cinematographer, and everybody. They were so lovely people, like trying to make sure we were okay. And so even though the elements, we were being beat by the rain and everything, it's just
Mhm.
there was a spirit of being together, and it was fun
Mhm.
even then, but then I got sick after the shoot because, yeah, I mean, that was going to
Wow.
happen, I got drenched.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Yeah, so the movie has like some names, Ray Wise in it, and who played the devil, and I don't know if
Mhm.
you remember Ray Wise. He was a
Mhm.
prominent actor in the 90s, and like, several names. But yeah, so it's if anybody likes horror movies, it's a good horror
Good
movies,
one.
and there's a bit of humor in it. It's not just like straight scary. It's like funny scary,
Mhm. Mhm.
Evil Dead type,
Yeah. Yeah.
borderline funny and like creepy funny. So yeah, I I just yeah, I would say to people, it came out actually last year, and it did the film festivals and got several awards.
Mhm.
Um, uh, yeah, so it's a good project. Yeah.
Good, good.
Mm.
What about the Beverly Hills Pause?
Pawn. Okay. Beverly Hills Pawn is a reality TV show
Mm.
in here in the US, based around a pawn shop. Pawn, not porn. I remember when I said like with my British accent, I was like pawn shop, and people would go, a porn shop. I'm like, a porn, with the American accent, a porn, not a pawn, pawn. I don't know. Anyway, it got confusing. Let's put it this way. But
Yeah.
yeah, so there's a famous pawn pawn shop in Beverly Hills called the Yossi Collection, and the owner
I've
Yossi
heard of it.
Tina.
I've heard of it.
Hmm?
Mhm. I've heard of it.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, it's a lot of celebrities go there and pawn their whatever
Mhm.
things, art
Mhm.
and everything to get cash flow. So there's always like some celebrities coming in and out, and paparazzi waiting because paparazzi want to know who needs cash flow, who is in
Mhm. Mhm.
trouble. That's a good way to know, right? So
Yeah.
there's a whole, and the Yossi Dina is such a nice person. He's Israeli and such a character, and generous and funny, and so the show was around his shop but himself also, and
Mhm.
he's hilarious. And anyhow, so I got invited, knowing Yossi. I just he said, hey, do you want to be in one of my episode? And yeah, and I can't talk too much about it because it's reality TV. I just cannot disclose certain things,
Yeah.
but
Mhm. Mhm.
it was fun. I was extremely rich for one day. Had a mansion in Malibu, a Ferrari Enzo, uh, uh, I think it was $700 million diamond that I was trying to buy or something. I'm like, I like that. That life was good for one day. It was fun. And again, the team was amazing. You know, your Sidina is a lovely person, and everybody around was so fun. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but I had an agreement, and I just said I just want to make sure that, because with the reality TV, sometimes they can make you look a certain way, and I'm like, you know, just
Mm-hmm.
don't push it. So I'm an actress, and they were like, yeah, it's fine. And actually, I think they made me look good. So yeah, it was fun. Oh yeah, but I remember like there was something that happened. I turned up on set an hour late or 2 hours late. What happened is
Wow.
I've never done reality TV, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
the production gave me 30 pages of script
Mm-hmm.
to learn about the diamond and all these things, you know, like to get the information.
Mm-hmm.
I had 30 pages the night before, and I thought I had to learn everything. So I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep. I was
Oh.
like trying to learn those lines and the informations. And I thought, well, I'll give
Mm-hmm.
myself 1 hour sleep and wake up. And driving to Malibu is about 2 hours, with traffic from where I was. But when I checked the
Mm-hmm.
time, I checked it in midnight when there's no traffic. So they said an hour. So I thought it was only an hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, I overslept an hour. Thank God I woke up on my own. So I totally overslept. And I was like, damn, now I can't wash my hair. I can't do nothing. Blah. I was just like in panic. And I knew I was going to have close up for the ring and everything on my nails. I'm like, my nails, I'm not done. That was a disaster. And so I rushed quickly, got dressed. I was on the freeway, and I just called the production. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of traffic. And I remember the producer said, hey, don't worry about it. Take your time. We want you to come here safe. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just wanted to make a good impression with the production company too, because the network, Reels channel, they do also movies, and you know, they did the Kennedys, and you know, and all other shows. And I'm like, my first experience with them is me turning up 2 hours late on set. Yay. This is it. I'm going to be blacklisted here. I was freaking out on the freeway. And I remember because it was bumper to bumper, I was doing one nail at a time. So I was taking one nail, painting it, reading, driving with one hand, waiting, second nail. I mean, that was like a horror. I was like, if I'm alive by the time I got there, I'm lucky. And anyway, I turned up out of breath, almost running on my high heels. And they were like, I remember like one of the assistants passing by. She said, oh, are you Melissa? And I'm like, yeah. She says, oh, okay, well, go there. There's croissant, coffee. We're not ready. We're late. All this freaking stress for nothing. I almost died.
Wow.
And, yeah, that was kind of another, yeah. And when I was having my croissant, my coffee, I had the script in my hand. And I was like, oh my gosh, my lines, you know, trying to be a good actress. And then Yossi turns up and said, what are you doing? I remember, I'm like, oh, shall we do lines? I'm like, come on, let's do lines. And he's looking at me and said, lines? I don't do lines, I improv. And I was like, what the heck is this? What do you mean you improv? He said, we don't, lines, I never do lines. And I'm like, well, the whole thing is an improv. He said, yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was bad. Learning curve. Yeah.
Wow. This is mad. That's crazy.
A bit crazy, yeah. It's yeah, I mean, that's when you don't know, right? I've never been in a reality. So for me, I thought I was on a major network on a TV show, and I had to know word by word, because otherwise the writers are going to go crazy. And no, it's like you go there, you have a croissant, everybody's running late. It's an improv. If I knew all that, or somebody told me, gosh, it would have been a lot easier, you know, like for me. But anyway.
So what do you prefer? What do you prefer, being behind the scenes, or do you prefer the acting?
I like both for different reasons. acting is always gonna, it's what, how I started, you know. It's magical, you know. You get to play things that, you know, you will never play in real life, you know. You get also to dig into characters that are interesting. You learn about yourself, about life, you know. I always say, as an actor, you are a student of life, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Mm-hmm.
constantly on the lookout to learn and to understand humanity.
Yeah.
And on so many levels, I think film is the mirror of life, but heightened, you know. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I just I like acting. I think it's magical, but I also like producing and writing, because it gives you more freedom on the final product, you know, on the story.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's you have a wider scope of what's
Yeah.
in front of you. As an actor, you turn up on set, you film, and then you're out, and then it's out of your hand, and you don't know you
Mm-hmm.
don't know how it's going to look like. And then you go and watch yourself. You're like, oh my god, really? But as a producer, you know, or writer, you just yeah, you write the story you want to tell. You know, you have access to. You're wearing different hats sometimes, particularly if you're doing your own
Mm-hmm.
movies, and that's exciting as you go further in your career, where you want to have more creative control, you know, over
Mm-hmm.
your brand and your product. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're not just a actress, producer, writer. You're also a singer, a
No,
brilliant
I'm not.
singer. Yes, you
I became a
are.
singer because you made me a singer. I would never have
I
done it if you didn't force me.
I knew you had the voice. I could just tell. Like I knew you had just something in your voice that I knew would work for the track. And let's actually play them the track. I've actually got the track here still. So
Oh my gosh, I'm
let's
so
let
embarrassed. Don't.
let's play it. You remember this?
Oh my
Ready?
god.
Hey, bring with you, I think
Love it the way
that we
we're
wrong.
in the two.
There we go. Swagger, swagger, swagger. They love us, swagger,
Swagger,
swagger.
swagger,
Hey.
swagger.
They love us. Hey,
That's you.
yeah, on my necklace. Stars hopping out of cars from London to LA.
From London to LA.
Melissa Richie,
Richie.
Lady Marga, end of my saga. Love us in Gucci. Hey, hey. Down, slow
Slow
down,
down,
slow
slow
down.
down. Oh
We
my god.
love.
Blast from the past.
You know what?
Oh.
Actually, when I come to LA,
Yeah.
we might have to do a video for this. I might get it updated, and then we're gonna have to do a video for it.
Are you gonna make me again do like rap?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. 10 years later. I mean, my rap
or
career didn't take off, by the way, after that. That was it. I mean, my one
or
opportunity. Do you remember the filming in the recording in the studio? The experience we had?
oh yeah.
What do
You
you
know the not
remember?
finding the microphone.
What do you remember? Because I do.
I,
Traumatic.
I remember you saying that. Where's the microphone? And the microphone's just right in front of you. I
You
remember that.
pushed me. Okay, hang on. You pushed. It was Guess, right? The producer. He pushed me in the
Yeah.
booth. I've never, bear in mind, I've never been in a recording studio. Okay. I've seen people singing with microphones and, you know, like live, but not in the studio. So he pushed me in that booth. It was all black around, like, you know, like soundproof and everything. And he put like he said to me, put the headset. I put the headset, there's my
Yeah.
microphone. And then he said, okay, now you can start. And I'm like, where is the microphone? And then I hear there's a
Wow.
big silence, and he goes like, in front of you. I'm like, where? So where is the microphone? That was that big flat thing, you know. Oh, that was hilarious. The unexperience, you know, I was so embarrassed. And then I couldn't find it. So I was like, I can't find it. And then I remember he had to come in. You remember, like he came in and he had to explain to me, and I felt so freaking dumb. And that was
No, but you done really, really well though. You done really, really well. Like, the track is amazing. The track is literally amazing.
It's still on
So you done.
iTunes, right? Like, are you still? It's on your mixtape, volume
Yeah,
2.
it's on my mixtape, but we might do a update version, or we might do another. Just do another song. Just do another song.
10 years later, I'm back in the studio rapping with Lady Margaish. Oh my God, hilarious.
And
why not? I'm open. I'll do it for
not?
you.
Cool. Yeah. So it's been an amazing interview.
It has.
Like,
And catching
it's been
up.
nice. It's been nice catching up and that.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm actually looking to come to LA.
When
May.
May. Okay.
Yeah, so hopefully, we don't know with this COVID thing, we just don't know. Yeah, we just don't know.
Yeah.
So
No, that's the issue here. But are you so
yeah.
you're on lockdown? Did they tell you like how long you were gonna be on lockdown, or it's indefinite for now?
They didn't tell us how long it's gonna be, to be honest.
Right.
No. They said the 21st of June is when the clubs and that are gonna open and that. So we'll just see. We'll just see what's gonna happen. I think March is when restaurants and those things are gonna open and so forth. So
Right. Well, just yeah, I don't know how it works with tickets. What about flying from London? What's the situation?
I have to. I don't even know like that situation with that. I'll have to look into it before I come. But it's just a madness, man. And I'm just hoping that I can come. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna have to have a visa. Get another visa or something as well.
Because of Brexit, right?
Yeah. So everything's kind of
part of the European waiver program, I think it's called. You know, like those. There was like a program back then where you could stay for 3 months as a tourist in here, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't figure out, right? Complication.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's over soon, and I'll be able to. We're praying for May because I'm going to be doing another video at this. I want you to actually be in that video as well over there. Another video for a fashion label for a clothing line.
Right.
So I'll be coming to Beverly Hills. So we're just discussing that at the moment. So hopefully it is May that I'm there. So yeah. So anyway, I will let you know.
What's the brand? The clothes.
Rich and Famous wear.
Yeah, me. No, not quite. Not quite. Sounds fun. Yeah. Well, let me know. Just keep me posted on this for sure. It will be fun to do another video. What about your album?
Yeah.
Do you have anything coming? Because you told me you were working on several albums during COVID. So.
Yes. I've got a load of things coming. And certain things, I've got zip for now, but there's a lot. Yeah. But there's a lot of things coming, and there's a lot of a lot of big collaborations. Blurp. But when it's out, it's out, and people are gonna be like, "Wow!" Woo! So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's
got a little bit, but not enough. And so, yeah, I can't wait. Just keep me posted, you know, because sometimes it's hard for me to see what's going on in the UK, like to keep up
Mm-hmm.
with the news. And I've been away for too long, you know, for 10 years. So,
Mm-hmm.
so send me things and keep me posted
Mm-hmm.
with the music
Mm-hmm.
and everything. But isn't that crazy though? Like, do you remember how we met?
Yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday. Yeah, I remember. It was in the film set in it, and the director said, "Oh, Melissa," and we both stood up. I
Stood
remember.
up.
I remember it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then we got talking from then. I remember.
yeah. And
Wow.
it's and the rest is a blur. I can't even remember the movie. I can't remember the movie. I can't remember the direct. I don't even remember what we did. All I remember is that there was another Melissa and we connected and we were like yap 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 during the whole filming.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing is when it was done, we were like, okay, let's get the hell out of here and let's just go and have a drink and hang out. And then that's how it started, friendship. It was so random because without this movie, we would never have met. You know,
It's
like
true.
we're from such different kind of, I mean, back in the days when I was in London, I was in West London and you were
Mm-hmm.
in the other side. And it's
Mm.
so fascinating how we're from different kind of sides, but we somehow met halfway and had that bond, you know. You're a
Yeah.
rapper, more theater ballet. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
but that's the magic of art, and when people are authentic and real, I think doesn't matter what
It's
you do,
true.
you know, connection is connection. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Anyway,
Uh, but anyway, good catching up with you. Nice
it was
interview,
nice.
and we'll be in touch soon.
Yeah. Well, let me know when you're here. I'll be waiting.
Will do. All right. All right.
Take care. Bye, everyone.
You
Ciao.
too. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.